All right, let's go over the setup this morning, just after 7:45 on crude oil. All right, what we want to do, guys and gals, is during the week now, we've been trending 3 out of 5 days on average in 2015. And we have a built-in trend filter, a 5-minute trend filter right here, the moving averages. You have a smaller moving average here, which is green. The magenta right here, our peak moving average, is your longer-term moving average. We have 2 time frames we like to trade off our proprietary Renko bar type. We don't trade tick charts. We don't trade volume charts. Don't trade minute charts, way too late. Minute charts will get you hammered in the futures market. So we trade Renko bars. We came up with what's called a SymRenko up here. We have 2 time frames. We have a 5 sim and a 3 sim. 5 sim catches deep retracements. The 3 SymRenko catches shallow retracements. There's a certain time to trade the 5 sim and a certain time to trade the 3 sim. The 5 sim, the best time to trade it is when there's spread between the moving averages. When you see spread between the moving averages here, it lets you know that you have a great potential setup when the 5 sim gives a first signal after a trend change, especially when you break down through market profile to show major weakness. That first retracement on trend days is a beautiful setup on the 5 sim because you got big spread between the moving averages. So the rule of thumb will be this. The rule of thumb will be to watch on trend days when you log in. Now the black charts over here, which we have a number 1, number 3 also, it's the same exact moving averages if you look at them. If you look at this magenta moving average, I'm at 58.26 on the black. Over here on the Ninja, I'm at 58.26. My shorter term's at 58.01. On my Ninja charts at 58.01. So what I've done is I had a trend filter built into the J signal that matches the black charts. So they're exactly the same. You don't even, if you watch the black charts on the day, you don't even have to even add this filter if you don't want to, if you're trading crude or gold. If you trade other markets, I would just toggle it on so it comes up. I only put the trend filter on the 5 sim. I don't like putting it on the 3 sim because it scrunches the charts too much. So I put it on the 5 SymRenko, no matter what markets I look at, to get overall trend direction. But your best trade is going to be, like we know, we get below low value area, first retracement. We know that. But the 5 sim, the best time to take it is on trend days. So that's a beautiful sell at 29 here this morning. 29 fill, all the way down, well over $700 potential per 1 contract. Just like that off of that signal entry. You got the fib dot, you got the arrow, you got the order imbalance triangle for the entry. And it's a really nice trade setup if you pulled yourself in. Now, if we get the, what you can do with a 3 sim will look like this. The 3 sim trades, your best setup on the 3 sim is going to be a break a low value, a retest a low value. Now, the best setup you're going to get, whether it be the 5 or the 3, is you're not even going to break back inside that LVA. You're going to come up to it, you're going to rest right on it, and you're going to get a signal. If you see this, where you get a doji or spinning top, you break LVA or HVA, and you retest it, and you get the signal to go short, that's your best J signal you can get right here. Best one. Best ABC short right there, 1, 2, 3 pattern short. Because you're resting right on LVA, because you're allowed to come up to this black line for a short. But if it stops right on market profile, it's telling you that's major weakness. And that's how we do the 3 sim trades. But don't take trades like this down here. It's only the first break of LVA or HVA. If you start fooling around with trades all the way down here, you're going to get stopped out. Because that's not the first break of LVA or HVA. It's been below it the whole time. Now, you can let it reset, come back in through LVA, and then break it again to reset itself. You got a better chance than taking a second test trade like this, because that's dangerous, or a second trade test. I would not take trades like this down here. Only first break, LVA, and HVA. Don't take those. This is your setup. Break LVA, retest, get the signal. Okay? Now, what I told traders can do which we're still looking for out on the 5 sim. If we're trending around 3, like I said, 3 days of the week where you get big spread in 2015 on average. You can use a longer SymRenko chart for a trail. Here's our 5 SymRenko fill right there, right? Where the blue arrow's at. I just showed you the 5 SymRenko trade fill. What you can do for that last runner is put like a 9 SymRenko up, only on trend days though when the spread's big, to try to get the maximum amount out of your runner. And it still hasn't pulled us out yet. So here's the overall fill right there. Anywhere in here's your fill, right? Anywhere in here's your fill on the 5 sim. What you can do after you sell your first contract scaling out with symmetry dots, that's how we scale out to reduce risk, or market profile, you can actually trail the spinning top or dojis all the way down until they're closed above. So in other words, there's my first spinning top, which is blue, or doji be a plus sign. Look how the next bar never closes above it. The wicks don't count. The actual body of the bar has got to close above it. It does not. You don't use this spinning top because we're taking the lowest low. If it's a short, that's the lowest low candle. So we'll use that high to play off of to pull out. Then the market gives a red bar. Nothing to pull us out of the trade yet. Red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar. So now my next spinning top is here. So my next spinning top didn't pull us out either, did it? Now we got red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar. Now you're up $800 potential on per one contract. $800 trade per one contract just by trailing the runner this way on trend days. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for what? These red bars are irrelevant. You can't pull myself out on a red or green bar. I could have a spinning top, which is coded blue for you automatically, or a doji, which is a plus sign. So the first one was here to pull myself out. Never happened off the 9 sim. Right? Here, never pulled myself out. So the 5 sim on trend days is still short your last contract until I get a doji or spinning top to pull yourself out. You're going to see trades like this sometimes run 100 to 120, 130, sometimes even 150 ticks per one contract on trend days only. Don't do this in chop. Do not trail like this in chop. You trail like this in chop, you're going to get stopped out too early. It's only when you have big spread and your first contracts are off and you want to try to let that runner run. Especially if you're below LV or HVA, because that's when it heats up.